Hey everyone, welcome back to Unsealed and Revealed, a bonus Thursday episode of the show. I'm still Terry Smith. I'm still the host of this show
Hey,
for the time
Chris,
being, and we've got with me
I
as
need the
always
other
is my
earpiece
partner in crime, Guy Klender. Guy, how's it going
because
over
this is
there?
dead.
Guy, you got nothing? Hello?
Hey, Terry, how you doing there, sir?
I'm doing okay, man. I think Guy's having some
Oh,
trouble with
now I hear
his
you.
earpiece. Yeah, okay, very
Hear
good,
us?
man. How
Yep,
how do I sound? Am I
you're back.
okay?
The
Yeah,
dulcet tones are there again,
they're
and it
dulcet.
warms me. Now
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Do you need me to turn down the dulcet?
No, never
Turn up the
turn
dulcet.
that down. Never turn that down. I love them.
Hanging out down below in the underworld is my good buddy Alex Aronowicz, the man I do not get to chat with enough. How's it going down there, Alex? Thanks for being on the show.
The weather is warmer down here. I think I'm down in the southern regions of Unsealed and Revealed over here. What's going on? I'm excited. I'm very
Yeah,
excited about what
man,
we're
pretty
unboxing.
stoked too. It's like getting the band back together. All the bearded guys on the show are here
Exactly.
today. Yeah, so that's we don't have a club yet, everyone, but we are thinking about getting together a sideshow beard club.
Yeah,
Not
we'll
really
have
thinking about that. I
patches and all
totally just
kind of
made that up,
stuff.
but now we're going to be thinking about it.
That's all
Um,
I can think about now.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to think about some other things because we've got some six scale action to talk about. Before we do, though, I need to remind each and every one of you out there that we're starting a new thing. It's hashtag home poser. So anybody out there who has a six scale figure in their home, and we're assuming that you have at least one if you're watching this show, and you
Hopefully.
want to show off your
Just lost
posing
him again.
skills, do so by hitting the best pose that you can with whatever six skill figure you like, taking a photograph of that, and then drop it onto your social media account of choice with the hashtag home poser. Sometime in the future, we may or may not be featuring some of those photos on the show. So, best to get started, get it going earlier, and make it happen. I'm just looking forward to seeing what everybody else is doing out there. So, whether you're repeating something that we've done on the show or want to create something of your own, bring it. We're ready. We're ready to see it. Without further ado, I want to move on to looks like we've got a close up of today's figure of choice, that being the Spider Man Anti-Ock Suit from Marvel's Spider Man. Right, Guy? What do you think of this?
I love it. It's the Spider-Man game is spectacular. I'm still not great at it, but I love getting the different suits and getting to do different stuff. And this is, of course, one that people really like. So let's, without further ado, jump right in. Take a look at the box there. That is a photo of the figure. Okay, not gameplay or other. In the background here, you will see that there are a few gameplay photos. Wraps around with our web there. And it also
I
wraps
love that.
around here. Now, I am covering that up because there's no way I'm going to let you see the tread early.
Oh, that's cheating.
I know.
Cheating
I
on the
know.
tread
You thought I was going to let you see the tread early? Not today.
You are so on point.
Exactly. I know. I saw that. I was like, oh, I can't let him do that.
So
It is
proud of you right now
magnetic,
for nailing that.
magnetic closure on there.
Just look at how much that yellow pops.
And yes, exactly. And it pops, I mean, not only on the box, but obviously pops on the figure. Okay. So this one here, we're going to open and slide this out from below. All right. This is kind of our traditional old school style of boxes versus a shoebox style. All right. In your upper tray, if you have any of the other Spider-Man characters, you're familiar with the different hands and the different web things that we have here, but I do want to show them off. You are going to have fists, both right and left, wall crawler hands. I like how it just sits up there like that. The, of course, web sling hand that we're so used to seeing. And then these ones here that have the extended thumb for hanging on the webs. And then,
Oh, that's not for hitchhiking?
exactly, that's not recommended.
I've been using it wrong.
And then he actually has two different types of web shooters that are going to come with it as well. So there you have your hands. You will have, as we've seen on all of these, all of our different webs. We're used to seeing these before where we've got our long whip lasso. We do have what I call the splooch. and others that
Which
we
is
will
such a great word, and we need a hashtag for it.
that we
Hashtag the splooch.
hashtag the splooch. Don't know why I call it that, but I always have. So you have that up top. You're also going to have swap out eyes, and the top part of his dynamic stand is going to be there.
Okay.
Which we will definitely be using with a Spider-Man character. You know you're going to be doing that. And then we have our under tray. Under tray is going to have 3 pieces that create your Ock Base, as well as the base for the dynamic stand. Now the base for the dynamic stand does have where it says Spider-Man and shows that chest armament, but this is one that you can lay over. You also have that style. Okay, and you see that where it has the 3 peg holes, and that is for putting in the arms, the Doc arms.
That's a nice touch.
All right, so it's giving you an option. If you don't want to display it with the Doc arms, you can obviously just have a traditional Spider-Man
Exactly. Yeah, hide those holes.
base. Now I'm going to pull these pieces out, but we are going to do a head-to-toe close-up on our figure and be checking him out right now because he's just that cool. Very bright. Now, if you do have UV light, he does have an iridescence with UV on that yellow. Okay, be a little hard to see here with the studio lights and UV to catch up, but the yellow will illuminate like so. All right.
Okay.
Let's move this guy dead center and have him do. Of course, I'm all in black as well, so definitely seeing some dark. Now, are you good at the game? Have you gotten this far? Have you been able to unlock this suit?
I am amazing, and yes, I'm using that term very specifically at watching videos of this game on YouTube.
Are you spectacular at it?
Sometimes I'm frequently
okay.
spectacular.
He can.
I'm even on occasionally web of at it. Wait.
Oh, web of.
Yeah.
Or
My goodness.
I'm superior at it, by the way. I'm superior at
Oh.
it. What else can we go? Can we pull anything else?
Speaking of Ock, yeah.
Exactly.
What's the new one? Non-stop.
Non-stop. Yeah, I mean, I
Non-stop
play the
Spider-Man.
game non-stop. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, there you go. We got it all covered.
We covered them all.
Did we do them all? Did we do them all?
No, I don't think so. I think there's probably 1 or 2 that we've left out.
There's probably a few more that we did.
Secret Life of? I don't know.
There's the late and lamented Tom Taylor helmed Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That was a great title, and it was entirely too short-lived for my taste.
On our Spider-Man head that we have here, it does have the swap out eyes. These are pretty easy to do. What you do is you kind of push in that upper point area downward, and that will lift up the lower end that's magnetic, so you can swap those out. The eyes that he comes with right out of the box are the wide ones. I am going to switch in the most extreme other, which is the... He always just looks so intense where he squinted them down, and I like that. And then, of course, you also have the medium size to the
That's
eyes.
the game face there, man. I mean, I could just see, like, if you drop that figure down into the Spider-Man version of a superhero landing, like, he just jumped down and he's ready to pounce on you.
That would be the one.
Hyper-focused. It's a great look.
The hands that he comes with, I like this kind of relaxed, open but an action base. This isn't a that relaxed, but it is an open palm that we are seeing on there.
Yeah.
All right. Now the suit is a very slick kind of look to the whole thing, and you do have those accents of all the different yellow.
Shiny.
Oh yes. This would be, the ride the motorcycle and look really cool suit.
Well, I can't tell 100% here, Guy, but what I'm seeing here, it seems to be like there is some intermittent pattern of shiny to matte.
Correct.
In the black. Is
Yep,
that right?
correct.
You got a little
so
bit
what
of
you're
differential?
and maybe if I pop the light on, we'll see where it. There we go. We'll see a little bit better.
Yeah, look at that.
That you're going to see if you hear that. Yes, those are ratcheted joints on the outer, upper, shoulder, chest, side of the legs, kneecap. Yes, and then you get into that slightly more matte color on the inside, breaking up that solid pattern.
I like it.
I dig it. Now, you did hear that ratchet, so while we're there, let's take a look at that. That you can ratchet about 90 or a little above 90 there. All right.
Now look at the wrinkles up there. They don't jump out at me. It just seems kind of natural.
No, these do feel, because I told you that it's rubberized. Can you see when my thumb is kind of pushing down there?
See that? Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah,
quite
that it
clearly.
is. It is pretty forgiving in the look of it. That it has a bit of that biker style leather jacket. So I'm happy that it's that way. That the way that looks. Now, yes, they're going to tell you, and you'd say it here on the show as well, that, extreme dynamic poses for longer periods of time may not be recommended.
Right.
But we can go forward up. Because there is that rubberized feel in there, this is a slow move to get to your extreme pose. Be gentle with it, and when you feel resistance, you've probably achieved.
Yeah, that's probably a good time to stop. Yeah, good call. Wow.
And there we go. We got the
head scratcher.
The head scratch.
That's it. He passed the head scratch.
The thunked his head into something, kind of deal. But I did want to show that we've got
a really painful spider sense.
Yeah.
Was it my Hobbit? Was it my Hobbit chandelier in my room?
Yeah, exactly. We're not sure. It's one of the again, always with the dance moves. You do have that butterfly.
All right.
That you can go there. Working our way down, let's talk everybody's favorite, the patented Terry trunk twist. Now because of the rubberized suit, because of that rubberized suit, I'm just making sure that I hold it and give it. It does kind of pull back to stay in shape, but the nice part about it doing that is it does seem to keep those lines. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're not. It's not really extreme, but you don't need to do a whole lot with these.
No. Here's one
side to side
that I do like. You want me to step aside?
No, I'm sorry. I said side to side.
Oh, side to side. Yep, side to side. Yeah. I do want to do this for you. Ratcheted.
Wow.
In the spine area, and I want to turn him to the side so you can see. I'm going to back out of there so you're not seeing black on black.
I just want to be very clear to all our viewing audience today that I will not be replicating this in my studio today for you all. It's
my back hurts just looking at it, Terry.
I believe the audience, if they demand it, we have to do it. That's Terry. That's kind of how it goes. Because continuing in that back, we do have, and this is again ratchet in the legs, that you have a huge back bend on the legs, so you can really get an incredible bend there if you like. That was our back bend of the leg. As far as a forward, we're at just about 90.
Okay, that's respectable. Cool.
And then we're gonna double bend back leg. No, I saw you trying to peek. We do have, as you can see on the shoe.
You're so on to me.
Yep. We do have a good range of motion there, back and forward. Ball joint on here. You do have what I love with the Spider-Man figures. I love that additional toe. And while we're at it, we're going to extend the leg back so you can see.
Hashtag
Boom.
Red Watch.
Tread watch. You can see it there. We'll do a little close up on there. It does have a bit of those Ock-like looks to
it's
to the shoe as well. Mm-hmm. All right. Now let's go with one of our last. Talked about the ratchet.
Oh, Spider-Man does the splits.
Well, you want your Spider-Man to do the splits, and you also want to have that nice ratchet. So I can go way far on something like that.
Cool.
Almost like
Alex,
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Alex, while you're monitoring the chats, are you noticing any questions from the audience yet? Or
I saw one. Most people are just kind of raving about the color scheme and how really cool the suit looks, and obviously people were asking about the ratcheting, which then was displayed. People want you to do the pose, or at least a web slinging pose for them to do. And one person was asking what the material is made out of. I know, Guy, you said it's rubbery, so is it more like a rubber plastic feel?
Yes, yeah, it's got a little bit more of a rubberized feel to it.
And also, someone was asking about accessories. Someone also just asked about accessories and like.
I think that's coming up next. Right?
Yes,
coming up next.
Yeah, with our accessories with this one here, we do have. If you have any of the other Spider-Man figures, we'll quickly show off those again. But these are standard with all of them. You'll have this one here. We're going to lay Spider-Man down so I can do this. You'll have this one here. This is used with this particular hand that I'm going to show here, which has a kind of divot in the thumb, but it has a hole down below, so you can place it in there. In the instructions, it's even going to tell you how to put this in. But you do have that one there, okay? In that hand, you have the wall crawler hands, you have the fist hands, you have the web slinging hands. You also have the lasso whip. This will go with that same hand we showed. You have a straight extension web. This one here is what you can put your splooch on.
The splooch. We're starting to have hashtag splooch.
Hashtag splooch.
Keep your splooch off my webs.
You can put the splooch on that one there. I will ask Terry, when you put me through all of these things today, let's make sure that we use the splooch.
You want to use the splooch?
And then we have the bulbous mid-flight as far as one of those. I'm going to move the figure off to the side. And what I'm going to do now is create the base. Okay? Now, on the base here, you have 3 holes with the Anti-Ock Suit.
Yeah.
In your instructions, it's going to tell you exactly where you put those 3.
Yeah, do that.
And they do peg in like so. So we're going to get those going here.
Now, when you get those pegged in, Guy, are they static?
They are. Well, there's a little bit of play. Here, I'm going to remove the dynamic for a moment. I'm going to show you that there's a large peg into hole.
Right.
Kind of self-explanatory on the peg into hole idea.
Yeah.
But as far as
You rotate. Are they round pegs so you can rotate them or something?
they are, however, as you saw with this one here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach these on and then lift up so you can kind of see how it is from the underside, that they do have a flat side on them. Okay,
Yeah.
so they do kind of keep them in place. So there is your Doc base. Now, of course, you don't have to use all of them. If you didn't want to, you wouldn't have to. But you do have a bit of play there as well, as you said.
Oh, that's neat. Yeah.
You gotta like old Doc Ock. He's such a spooky.
So now I'm looking at this. I'm really gonna have to start thinking about how we can pose this thing so that it's interacting as best it can with the Ock arms, with the Octopus arms, because man, and that's a really, really extreme look to Doc Ock's arms. Not something we're used to seeing in the comic book. It's definitely been reimagined for the video game, and I think to great effect.
Yes.
I really just dig the hyper aggressive, almost demonic look. It almost has like a symbiote look, like Venom.
It does definitely have that. When I talked about how those were there, when you're pulling them out, I'm going to remove base here. You can see that there is a curve on that arm there for your dynamic to sit in there and fit in there fully. So
that's effective.
I mean, yes, I've still got him in that splits routine. Oh, let's look at that. The foot goes right.
I can see him doing
right through the thing. I mean, this is just to show how it's going to go, how you've got that dynamic stand. But I can hike him up.
That Van Damme split again.
Yes. There.
Old Volvo.
See, there we go. We'll just move his leg out of the way there so he's not getting eaten.
Nice.
This is his Broadway leap.
I dig it.
No, I don't think you dig it. I'm just throwing things through here. But since we do have him there, we're going to show that you do have on his web slings. Like I said, there's the interchangeable ones here, and you'll interchange and have web sling action.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of using the shorty, the web shooters with the shooting web whenever I can. I just think it's just pure Spidey. It's been a signature thing for all the artists who have been doing Spider-Man throughout the years. Most notably for me would be Todd McFarlane. He just really the way that he did the webs, of course, was groundbreaking. And when I look at those, that kind of harkens back to those late 80s, early 90s era of Spider-Man for me. I'm just kind of excited to see that there.
Yeah, it definitely is a very cool one. So, Terry, I think we've gone over all that he comes with, but if there are any questions before you...
No more questions from the audience, Alex.
From you
I'm ready to move into the posing.
On Twitch, JJ Joe was asking, are the claws hard plastic? So are they a harder or softer material?
These are a harder material on the arm aspect, but as far as this clasp, take a look that it is a softer material there.
Flexible.
Now, yes, of course, these do have a point to them, as do the inner ones. However, I think they've made it out of a softer material because the knowledge that you're going to be putting that figure interacting with these things. That can you let me see if I move out of the there and get the light there.
You guys, but I've legitimately stabbed myself on many Hot Toys.
Okay, so you've got
happen.
the kind of fins here as well as the spikes on the claws that are of a softer rubberized material.
That's smart. That's smart.
They're thinking. They're thinking.
Okay. All right,
right,
well,
Terry.
let's get into the posing then. But before we do, I just want to remind everybody that coming up here in less than 20 minutes, we're going to be doing... Oh, wait, we've already done the guest reveal.
Yes.
All right, that's okay.
But do you want to tell them what it is? Because I'm excited to do that too.
Yeah, actually, I'm just remind everybody that next Tuesday on Unsealed and Revealed, we are going to be unsealing and revealed the brand new revamped Sideshow Collectibles General Grievous 6 scale figure, and I'm super excited for that, as I am for anything that might be prequel or Clone Wars related. I know the guys got to be excited. We're going to be hitting. We talked about it today. I think we're going to try to hit at least 3 poses with this thing on the show. So tune in if you want to see what this thing is capable of, because we're really going to try to illustrate what it can do, and I'm really jazzed about it. But that's Tuesday, and today's Thursday, so we've got to talk about the Spider-Man figure a little bit more.
Yes, and here I am pre-posing.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
I want to do whatever you want to do. So, what do you think about? I guess first up, eyes. Do you want the wider eyes, these intense squint, or more of a mid eye?
I want totally wide eyes. I want him just in full on. Yeah, when I see Spider-Man with his eyes wide open, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is, say, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about it from basically an instinctive perspective, like when your eyes are that wide, it's because they're trying to let in the maximum amount of light, because you need to be fully aware of everything that's going on in your surroundings. When you're squinting, you're focusing. But you also minimize the peripheral vision that's usable to you. So yeah, let's do that wide-eyed thing.
All right, we're wide-eyed.
Yeah. All right, awesome. I also want to do some webs at this because the first pose that I want to get, I want it to go high action. I want to try to get him like he's swinging around trying to evade those octopus arms.
All right. With our web shooting hand, would you like it right or left? As of course, I have one of
left.
each.
Yeah, I'm thinking left web shooting hand.
All right, we're going to left web shoot.
Cool. Man, I just and I have here at home the Spider Punk 6 scale figure. The Spider-Man Spider-Punk suit 6 scale
I think
figure.
Alex also has that one, if I'm correct. I think that's a
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is
We have
definitely
it.
my favorite one. I'm even wearing a T-shirt. I don't know if it's going to
Dude,
come
yeah.
out on camera, huh?
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a true fandom right there, boy.
Friendly neighborhood.
Spider-Punk. I even have some screenshots. I'll make that my face instead.
Nice.
So he's
So I'm going to
okay.
try
So currently
to.
he's rocking out to your punk rock. All right, and so our left hand is going to be our shoot hand. Or our left hand. So that puts us to our right hand. Let's discuss what you'd like in the right hand.
I think I want to go for like an open hand. My first instinct was to go with him having another web, like he's swinging from one web to the next. But I'd rather the story I want to tell is that he's leaping out of the way and he's shooting a web like he's taking off, like he's just been attacked while either on a wall or on the ground or on a rooftop, and he's leaping out of danger and shooting a web to carry him further away, or maybe even to carry him towards Ock.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So with that in mind, we do have the hand that is currently on there, which I said is a semi-relaxed hand. You can see that one there.
Okay.
We do have the web crawler is a little too relaxed, but then we have.
I think the one that's in his hand right now is actually perfect.
Is
guys.
perfect for it. Great. All right.
I think so. Yeah.
Move base out of the way.
Yeah, 'cause that's kind of what I'm using right now. I don't have all the accessories out for my Spider-Punk figure, but I kind of have an idea here of what I'm going for.
All right.
If you can see this.
Oh, okay. We're going with a.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I'm looking at this like mirror image kind of thing going on. So I'm trying to.
Now yours has but you wanted me to do the traditional finger, 2-finger and thumb web shoot, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I have the open hand because that's all that I have available to me right now. My
Oh,
box
we're
is
gonna
still
go
sealed up
away.
and,
Oh,
I'm getting requests from our producer to actually get up and act out the pose.
yeah, I think that's
So,
really the only way I can tell what I'm doing.
I cannot tell if he's joking or not. But
Nope.
since
He's got a very stern.
I'm gonna err on the side of keeping my gig. He's not joking. Okay.
Nope. There's no humor involved in this one. Let's take a look.
All right.
Harry, you're going to have to go to your basement first and get your giant octopus arms that you keep down there, just to make it.
Grab some I don't know, some yoga pants or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And really just get into it here.
All right.
Essentially, what I'm trying to get at is, guys, I want his leg, his front leg or his left leg extended out, and the right leg to just be like bent up, and I want to get as much of an ab crunch in there as we possibly can. It's legitimately impossible for me to put myself into that position because I'm not even remotely Spider-Man flexible. But for the torso, I want the torso to be just twisted as far as you can to his right, and I want that arm extended really, really high up there, right? Just as high as he can go, and I'm also suffering from an injury right now, so I'm actually putting myself in a bad position to do this. But just kind of get that arm way up there and have him looking up. And then this arm way the hell back here like this. Like he's just really stretching out.
Way down, palm down, bump, bump.
Oh,
The things we do for posing, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out. Wait, ooh, my screenshot. See, my favorite part. My favorite part of that game was riding the subway in the different outfits and having someone talking to me on the subway. It was hilarious.
Awesome.
All right, Terry, I am going to throw him up on dynamic to see how we did on that aspect of it.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can
And
tell
I'm
me.
gonna have you make some adjustments here, maybe. But it's actually looking quite good to me right now. I think you've done a fine job. Now you already went through this, but that's pretty much the extent of the vertical motion that we can expect out of the rise that we can expect out of the arm, right?
Yeah, I've got it at the 90.
Okay.
what I can do is kind of rotate the arm forward a little bit and kind of
That's it.
lift
Yeah,
that
we don't
shoulder
wanna-
and
we
drop
don't wanna-
this shoulder.
Yeah, we don't want it completely out to the side. We want it to be a little bit towards the front. And so instead of like this, like maybe just a little bit more, just kind of breaking that line, because there's that, imagine a line that runs directly through your torso and extends beyond. And if you had your arm extended out there, it could continue all the way through it, but you want to break that line and just bring that arm forward a little bit.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. And I see you're working on that crunch.
Yep.
Wow,
Now remember,
yeah.
as I said, that I lucked out and it does have the ratchet, so I got it ratcheted
Yeah, the Spider
forward.
Punk suit does not have the ratchets. So it's
I want to
it
say
doesn't hold
that the
up nearly as
Spider
well.
Punk suit was the first one we got from the Marvel Spider-Man game. It may have been that one of the first.
I think
the,
Advanced Suit was the first, and this was the
Advanced was
second.
and then this. Okay, Terry, let's take a look here. What I want to know before we try and base it up is how about my torso?
Well,
Turned enough?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, if it's turned as much as you can turn it, then it's turned enough. You always have to work within the limitations of the figure. You don't want to rip the suit or anything like that, or cause any damage to the figure itself. So I think if you've turned it as much as you're comfortable turning it, then we should be good. Now, the other thing I might try to do is to rotate that back arm back even more. Just like really, you can see how I've done it with this figure here. I've just got it really far back there, right? It's almost to the point that it looks contorted, and like his arm might actually break or come dislocated from the socket. That's okay. That's okay. Comic book artists do extreme angles like that all the time. Sometimes to the point that it just looks ridiculous. But for the most part, it works really, really well artistically.
All right.
And that's really what we're trying to create here. We're not necessarily trying to go realistic all the time. Yeah, I think that looks a lot better.
Now, in order to get more of a
Yeah, and just
upward
work with
swing.
that stand because if you work with that stand, then you can cheat that angle and actually make it look even more extreme than it already is.
have it more extreme.
Yeah, boy.
And there is something fun to be said with doing all of the
Cool.
Spider-Man dynamic stuff. Is you and
Yeah,
I
get
have
that web in there, and then when you get that done, Guy, I think that's got it. So just go ahead and step aside and show us what.
tilt
Yeah, that's
the
it.
angle
Yeah,
of
I
the head.
definitely want you to turn that head a little bit more that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a point of articulation I had not moved.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to do that.
You know the rules.
Yep, something
Now,
like this.
Here's something else I would do. I would tilt his head down a little bit more. Like bring that chin closer to the chest, and also that tilt to his left a little bit more as well. There we go. That's got it.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of move out of the way, but I do want to be able to spin him for you. Ooh, Terry, that turned out pretty cool.
Right? I like it.
Oh, with that background, I'm just watching like I'm watching it at home. I'm like, whoa, that is so cool.
Turn it around.
Yeah, and
I
again,
like
I've only ever seen this game played by others on YouTube, so I have no experience playing it. I'm desperate to get it in my video game arsenal, though. As soon as I can buy a PlayStation. So
Mine never looks like what you're seeing on the back screen here. Mine is fall off building, fall off building, fall off building, but I feel very cool doing it.
you're really good at it.
I am, well, one of the things that I do really enjoy with the Let Your Geek Side Show group is that there are a lot of people who are very, very into the games. And so I've been able to reach out and say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I keep falling off a building and things like that. And they've all been really, really very, very helpful, particularly with this.
So you got coaches and Let Your Geek
I
Side
do have
Show.
coaches, which is great. I have some very, very nice coaches that have been helping me out with this, or like the Batman games where, I'm of an Atari era, and so there's a lot more buttons on modern video game. But
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
why you won't catch me in multiplayer. All right, so that's a great first pose, Guy. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what we can do to top that. This is
All right.
Yeah, people have been complimenting
really
it.
awesome.
People are loving the pose.
Yeah, I dig it.
Probably the only thing they want to see now is the splooch.
I've got to say that I'm just going to go ahead and come out and say right now that I've always felt like Spider-Man is my posing kryptonite. It used to be capes, but I've since gotten better at capes, and now I'm just like, I don't know, I don't understand. I've been reading Spider-Man since 1985 on and off, so you'd think that I would have a little bit of insight into how to pose Spider-Man better, but I've just never been 100% satisfied with what I've been able to do. That changed today with the with your help, Guy. I was able to do a co-pose that really met my expectations. So thanks for that.
Hey, thank you. I mean, I have to say I'm, you'd probably see me in a more museum-esque, even though he can do so much, because I this was a figure I thought it would be really fun for you and I to kind of push the envelope and use dynamic stand and get some of that. So I've gone back to neutral.
We're going to do that in a second here, but you brought up something really interesting with your museum pose. I have to point out that for those with the means and the desire to pick up multiple Spider-Man costumes from Hot Toys, when you see a bunch of those figures all lined up in just museum-esque poses, sort of just like a little bit of just a little bit of an attitude, just showcasing the variations in the costume design and in the color palettes and all that. It really is stunning to behold. And doing museum poses, of course, will enable you to fit more characters into a display. Whereas when you go really big and dynamic, like what we did with that pose just there, it takes up more real estate. So if you're looking to collect multiple figures, then museum poses is something you might consider.
Exactly.
So time to move on to the next.
Went back to we'll call it a neutral, a semi-neutral. I haven't gone back to an out of the box, but as close to.
Yeah. I think that I think we're going to go inverted.
We're going to go inverted. Talk to me.
Yes.
Are we're kind of web slinging, I'm sure.
So we're going to swap web shooting hands from
Got
left to right,
or
whatever.
thought we may
left
be
to
doing
right.
something like that.
And I think that for his left hand, we're going to get one of those wall crawling hands. You got
All right.
that? Yeah. Cool.
Left hand is wall crawling hand.
Now this is a classic. This is something that I've done before. Hey, Guy. What? Can we move that stand out of the way a little bit?
Yes, I'm sorry.
trouble-
Let those Ock arms. I tell you.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I really dig the Ock arms, and I saw that Julian got a great, sweet shot of the Ock arms.
While Julian's got us on a bit of the close up, you will see that there is the difference in your two wrists. Is one is going to have the hole for the web.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
All right, so I've already attached that one on, and then we are going to have a wall walker for our other hand.
Just so.
All right, we're wall walking. We're wall walking. Are you getting any? Oh, wow, look at how this catches the light. And again, like I said, if you happen to have black light, and there are people that, when you've got a case or something like that you're doing the light strips and stuff, you click it over to that black light, and you'll get that really cool light up effect as well, the black light. So
Awesome.
All right, so there we go.
I'm trying to. Yeah. Okay. So
Wide eye.
here's what we're gonna do. I'm trying to affect this pose with my own figure that I have here
Okay.
as best I can, but trying to
Do it in real life, Terry. Everyone wants you to act
kinda
out
liked
the
him
pose.
to do.
kind of how this will look. If you can see that guy, just take a look at that.
Okay, we are going to be inverted. What's fun is staring at a screen while you're...
Now, viewers out there, you have to imagine that this is actually a web shooting hand, which again I don't have on me at the moment. So you just have to imagine that's a web shooting hand.
You want having me reverse him, and that's going to be the web hand? Because we went the other direction.
All right,
we have
get it backwards.
Okay.
Let me just totally fix that right now. Okay, boom, boom, boom.
This is the beauty of live, folks. And also, Terry and I have been working very hard on distinguishing between our right and our left. We're getting better.
You have.
We're getting better. Terry, while you're doing that, are we going wide-eye, mid-eye, or intense glare?
Getting a request from the production team that I should hang from the chandelier.
It makes perfect sense. That's why you have
hang
that.
a chandelier. Yeah, first hang a chandelier.
Yeah, that's
Let's get it
why.
hang
That's
from
why
my
you have
Hobbit
one, right?
chandelier.
Terry, what eyes would you
Yep.
like me to use? Mid or intense or wide?
Intense focus.
Oh, someone was just asking about the different eye swaps. So this is a good demonstration.
Yes.
For that.
Okay. While we've got that there, I think Julian's doing a great shot here on the head that you can see. Anytime you're doing the eyes, you just push in the upper corner here, and by pushing down there, that lifts the lower edge of it and allows it to come out. You can see where it magnetically goes on, and then I just drop them in, and they magnetically go right into place. Wow, that's a neat sculpt. I like the intense eyes on them. Okay, so we're intense eyes up, and we've got our web crawly on our left and our web shoot on our right. So talk to me, Terry. What are we doing?
Okay, we're gonna need for Spider-Man to be totally. I don't know why I can't replicate this pose again with the proper hands, but I'm totally failing at it. But we're gonna
Upside down.
Gist of it
There you
is
go.
I want him upside down, inverted on the stand, and I want his
I mean, that's his dead drop.
Yes.
and
You see him dead
you're
drop.
going to need to take the hand with the you're going to need to take the hand with the web crawling the arm with the web crawling hand and extend it over his head if you can do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, working at the wrist peg, you're going to need to recreate this motion that I'm doing right now on camera. Can you see me on your monitor at all?
I'm going to ask that they. Chris, can I get Terry in the monitor there so I can take a peek? We get a side by side of us. Oh, okay, great.
Just kind of do this with the hand because we're going to need to bend that back as far as we can. And then that's kind of where his hand is going to be on the ground. So imagine that being inverted. And he's going to be pushing down on that. That's going to be supporting all of his weight. Like he's springing. Imagine him springing off of that hand.
Take a look there.
And at the same time, he's going to be shooting a web towards his feet, towards the sky.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be springing out of like a flip, and then at the same time grabbing him, shooting a web.
All right.
And
What do you think there, sir? There's a move to the side. Did I hit it on the way the hand and the arm should be?
I think so, but we'll see once we get it on. We'll see once we get it on the ground. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting close to nailing it on my own right now.
All right, and okay, so that is our left arm up extended in a, and our right arm is going to be, would technically be downward, right?
Yep.
Okay. Shooting up there.
This is giving me flashbacks from the game. I feel of him diving for the ground.
This is further than I've ever got in the game. That's just
We need some people in the chats to give you some
for those
some
in the
tips.
chats that help me out. Don't know if they want me calling them out. Going, no, I'm not. I didn't tell him cheat codes. But they have been incredibly
You were
helpful.
cheating.
I have the assist.
Yeah, that's got it. And I love those very satisfying pops of those joints.
Exactly. All right, so I
Not as
have
fun
gone a
when
little
that
bit
happens to us.
on the back there. Talk to me about the leg action and what
His
we're going to do.
his left leg, I think we're going to have his left leg bent a lot more than that. Like about halfway there, and then point that toe. Yeah.
All right, pointed on the left and our right.
Yeah.
Is our right toward the sky? What are we doing here?
So slight, yeah, ever so slightly towards the sky, yeah. And again, we're going to get a really sharp C curve there, I think. All right, cool. I think the time has come to put him on the stand because we're going to have to, because it's going to take a bit of time to work through that.
Okay. Now,
Are you able to get him on the stand and actually?
I'm
have
going
the stand
to put him on the stand now, and then I, of course, also have the adjustment by being able to loosen the screw and drop the stand so I get the figure where we want him, avoiding the dock. Oh, I can actually have him letting go of that. Terry, give me a second here while I do that, and I'm going to adjust my earpiece to be able to hear you. Oh, I've got him where he's holding on to Doc's arm.
Now, I think that I should probably
Hang on a
point out that
second
this
here.
is kind of, I'm going to show this up on the monitor as well, but this is going to be kind of the angle that his arm is at.
All right, there you are. There you are, my friend. All right, so we've got so, and, okay, I see.
that out.
Oh, okay, you, can you move your, move both hands? No, I'm just kidding. Can There we go. Now I see what you're doing.
Right?
Okay, we're here.
I just imagine like here's the ground.
We're twisting.
I'll back up a little bit. So let's see if that could help you.
Twisting a bit there.
I'm gonna have to agree with Alan. Even from my perspective, it is way more entertaining when I'm actually acting out the poses. So with that in mind, I'm thinking that I might have to start taking some tumbling classes for future Spider-Man videos.
Yeah, I think it's important that you do that.
Yeah, I need to get my butt in shape and actually just start being able to do this.
I do as well,
and
I think that's great that they want us to attend tumbling classes.
Yeah, and so like in the future, instead of banging my head on the chandelier every time I walk through the room, I'm going to be banging my feet as I walk through on my hands.
Nice.
It's going to be fantastic.
And then you could try it for Cirque du Soleil afterwards.
Everybody's going to love that.
Well, let's not push it. Although I do have a lot of friends here in St. Louis who are involved in the circus, so I don't know what that says about me, but yeah,
You have an in.
Yeah, it's an art form, man. It really is. It's glorious to watch them do their thing.
Freddie Huff on Facebook had commented that if this is parkour style. Would that be Peter parkour style?
I like
dang.
everything about that.
Are we doing bad puns this show or no?
I'm totally handing over my Pung Master hat to you, sir. That's really, really awesome. That's dad humor that I can't even begin to approach.
I've had one that I've been holding in since the beginning, Terry. I've had one that. No. Does this Anti-Ock Suit keep you healthier because it's full of antioxidants?
Oh, dang.
Come on. How is that? Is that one pretty good?
Yeah,
that's right, man.
It holds a place of honor here on the show, that's for sure.
I love what you got going on there, Guy. I think you're nailing
when you
it.
had the hand on it, I was like, I do have these cool arms. I'm thinking about him pushing off something if he was pushing off on the arms. I'm also adjusting, because I've got it on the waist here, adjusting the clamp, the actual clamp itself. But let's see. A little more crunch.
Yeah, I think so. Typically I try to do more of like an arched back kind of a thing, but I'm kind of, as I was watching your version of this pose unfold before me, this is really cool. I kind of like the ab crunch a little bit more. I thought
your guy had an ab crunch. I'm sorry, but you know what? I can invert back and go this way.
I'm looking at what I've got going on here, and now I'm thinking, okay, yeah, you can do it either way. Just a little bit of an ab crunch, I think, just adds a little bit more of that dynamic quality that you come to expect from a Spider-Man pose.
So crunch him or extend him?
Yeah, do a little bit of crunch.
Okay, so we're gonna.
There we go. Yeah,
crunch
cool.
Him. Boom. You're gonna look up because you're gonna be going up.
Yeah, definitely going to be eyeballing that. And do you have a web?
Me personally?
Yes, you personally.
Yeah.
Where are your webs, Guy?
Yeah, of course I do.
You have one job.
They're biologically in there.
One job only.
Yeah, they're biologically in there. Of course they are. Yes, I do have a web.
What's in this coffee? Anyway.
Oh, that's with caffeine number. That's what that is.
Yeah. It's legitimately, I'm legitimately drinking the bad coffee. I ran out of the good coffee today, so I think apparently the bad coffee has more caffeine in it. That's how they get you.
So they're sneaky
caffeine
that way.
Is cheap.
All right,
caffeine is
so
cheap. Flavor is not.
Because I know we're going to also probably get into a third. How we do there?
Yeah, I think okay. That looks great. The one thing that I would have you do is to take the web shooting arm and raise it towards his head. Rotate it towards his head. Yeah, there it is. Kind of break that. That flat line that we had going on there. All right. Yeah, show us that. Okay, actually, not quite there yet. We need to actually see his line of sight for his head.
Mm-hmm.
We need that web arm to be going down the same line as his line of sight. So move that arm out and away from the torso until it's pointing in the same direction as his eyes. That's crucial. That's crucial. I've had so much caffeine, I said that's crucial twice. 3 times now.
I had that on my Terry Smith bingo, so
nailed it.
Terry Smith bingo. Yeah, crucial, critical.
That looks great. That looks great.
I have a feeling mine, Out of the Park, would probably be on the card.
All right. Guy, can you rotate that towards so he's facing more towards the camera, and
Yep.
then we'll try to get a little bit of our patented Sideshow action backdrop going on there.
Boom.
Yeah, there we go. That's a lovely piece of work. That looks really good.
It's neat to.
I'm just staring now. This is so cool.
The dynamic stand was kind of fun. I mean, you know, you usually think of like in kind of flight mode, but because of the way Spider-Man is, the ability to kind of, you know, have him flinging all over and upside down and this and the other. I mean, if I wanted to go further into the, you know, 3 frames ahead in the game, I could raise that, the clamp, so he's kind of as though he's just pushed off, type deal too. So, but I know you're going to probably guide me through yet another, aren't you?
If we have time, then I'm happy to do so. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, what would talk to us?
Wow, that looks good. Okay, so we've done. I don't know. I feel like I've really gone to the extreme. This feels like something like you should start with like a museum pose with this thing and build your way up. And I feel like we just really. I feel like we really played our hand there. So how are we going to top the inverted Spider-Man pose and the really awesome web swinging escape pose that we just did? Huh? Does anybody have any thoughts on the matter? Guy, what would you like to see Spider-Man doing?
Well, what I'm excited about is really using
know
this
what?
stand to its full ability, and maybe pushing the envelope with what we're going to do that way.
You know what? This is what I want to see. You already said that you wanted us to use the splooch.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use the splooch.
We're going to use this blooch.
Okay. And this is going to be really, really challenging. So I hope I'm not biting off more than I can chew. Producer Alan, if we go over by a few minutes here, I apologize profusely, but this is going to be a really cool thing if I can pull it off.
All right.
But we've seen, cool. We have seen in both statue form, in two-dimensional form, in artwork and everything, Spider-Man as he wrestles with the likes of Venom. The Venom symbiote, when he's just like really just straining and ripping into things and whatnot. Given the unique nature of this Anti-Ock suit and its accessories, that being the stand that comes with it, I think that we would be totally remiss if we did not have him in actual contact with that Ock suit, wrestling with those arms, as he frequently does in both comic books and video games.
Well, I did see it looked as though you had your right hand way up with a
Like
fist
this?
close to the face. Whoop. Hang on a second. Chris, can I get him on there we go. Okay, so do that again there, Terry. What you want me to do with the...
So I'm thinking that what we need to do is we're going to need, and I'm trying to remember which one. Okay, so we're going to need a right web shooting hand, which I think you already have, right?
Well, I've got web shooting hands.
Okay, and for the, I think for the other hand, we're just going to need the typical relaxed spider hand that comes with him. And by that, I mean the one that I'm holding up to the camera right now on my, my spider punks.
Okay, hands have been swapped.
Okay, so here's what we have. Here's the challenge, and this is why it's going to be challenging, because I'm not there, and I can't really, I don't have that tactile sensation of actually having my hands on the octopus arms. So just you interpret as best you can and work with me here and walk us all through it.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and get that Ock Base, the octopus arms, front and center, because this pose is going to start with those octopus arms.
All right. So
and it's going to inform. It's legitimately going to inform how we do this. Now, I think that what we're going to need to do with that stand in order to make it work is just lower it. And by that, I don't mean lowering the actual clamp. I mean, we're going to have to take this. Don't adjust the clamp, Guy. Let's leave it up high. And I mean bend it back as far as you can all the way down at the base. And then make that like C turn towards it so that it's moving back towards the base. You got it. You got it. Now that's got it out of the way for now, and we're going to adjust that later after we bring the figure in. But for this case, what I really want to do is I want Spider-Man in kind of this posture. Let's see if I can do this. But he's going to have one leg extending towards that, and let me see if I've got this right. Yeah, he's going to have his right leg extending towards and actually in contact with that. The arm that's, if you're looking at as you're looking at it from behind, it'll be the octopus arm that's on your right. From the camera, it'll be the octopus arm on the left, but it'll be the one on your right So he's going to have that foot in direct contact with that arm, like he's pushing it away. At the same time, his left hand is going to be pushing against the octopus arm on his left. You follow? And then the web shooting arm, we're going to have shooting at that right octopus arm, and we're going to use the splooch if we can do that.
Okay. So.
Okay.
You've got us.
Now he's not going to be in contact with the bottom of the stand at all. We're going to use that dynamic figure stand to keep him elevated.
Okay.
While he's doing.
So are his legs balancing on the Ock arms?
Let me see if I can do this for you. So let me just rotate this guy back. And
Chris, can I get him on? There we go. Thanks. We're testing the limits of the crew here today, going, hey, show me this, show me that, do this.
This would be a good time if Terry had brought up those octopus arms down from the basement.
Yeah, this would have been helpful.
I have a UPS at the door, so give me one
Is
second.
Is it the Anti-Ock Suit?
Yeah, he's getting those arms. He's getting those arms. Well, Alex, while Terry takes care of that, you're going to guide through the pose here.
Okay, so I'm going to grab the closest hot toy I have to me, which is Hellboy. I don't know if he can make those poses.
He was a fighter.
We got one foot he wanted pushed off of the...
I love getting a big sideshow box in the mail. Can I just...
Terry, look at this.
This is a good day, everyone.
Hey, look at that. It says Sideshow on there.
So Sideshow just interrupted the Sideshow.
In order to deliver the arms, those are your octopus arms right there.
Right.
Life size.
Life-size octopus arms. We knew that they were going to come in handy. All right, so show me what we got here.
Okay, I'm thinking if you can find some way to have him kind of like this.
Okay, and he's down.
This leg.
This arm is
back. Balance on one of the octopus
arms. This arm is forward. This one is like so. Turned, twist. Did I within about 6 seconds?
Cool. Now that's a good start. Now we're gonna have to drop it in on the
base.
On the base there, because I want that extended foot to be touching that right hand octopus arm like it's pushing it away.
Okay.
And the left,
pulling around and showing you.
Yeah.
Is that it? On the base pushing?
That's cool. That's not where I would have done it myself.
Oh,
but I think
where do you want it?
Closer to the claw.
Closer to the claw. In order to do that, I'm gonna have to
whatever you got to do.
Move the clamp.
Yeah. There we go. And while he's doing that, is he able to like use that hand to brace on the left hand octopus claw, or is that too far away?
Let's see if I
Testing the limits. This is great.
Well, that's what we wanted to do when we talked about that the Spider-Man. Oh my goodness, Terry!
He's totally doing it.
Terry,
he's doing it.
It's working.
I'm so proud of you, Peter.
Okay, Terry, what I'm going to really want your help on when I turn this around is his left leg that's bent. I want that to be real natural, and if I'm turning, twisting the thigh or other.
I think
if I'm doing any movement.
Let's see. Okay, here's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need to do a bit of a torso twist.
Okay.
And we're going to, but instead of, but imagine this. Don't move yet.
Okay.
Yeah, do it like that. Only I would do it. Let me think. I'm trying to imagine. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's pretty close, but twist it back the other direction, the way you were going. Twist it to his right. I think I could go either way, but for our purposes, yeah, I think I want it to the right.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. This is looking good, man.
Yeah, I've got the leg fully extended, rests right up on the Ock arm, and by doing so,
I see that his hand is no longer touching the Ock arm, so let's put that back on the claw.
Yep.
And I would do it more towards the base of the claw, not on the tip of the claw. There you go. That probably will help. Yeah. All right, now extend that arm just a little bit. Don't have it curved because that doesn't. There we go. Now, the final touch. There's two final touches here. First, I want to get that web shooting hand pointing directly at that octopus claw.
Down at it.
Yeah, exactly so.
Okay,
and then
his
kind
eye
of
line going toward it.
You anticipated my next move. Now, do we have a web that is short enough that you can attach the splooch to and actually have it connecting with the octopus arm in some way? That reads as nice, you know?
Let's take a look.
If not, we don't need to do the splooch. We can just do a short web.
I heard a phrase that I've never heard before and don't want to ever hear again is, we don't need to use the splooch.
Duly noted.
How dare you, Terry?
Terry, what's really cool, because of this, I want to kind of spin it around. I was able to, oh, thanks. He's got a good close up there. Because the four tips of the inner grasp are also a soft rubber, I was able to kind of lift them and actually put the splooch inside. Let me see if I turn the light off.
And anybody who's actually going to be posing this figure at home can keep that in mind. Yes, that is flexible enough to do this. I had no idea. That is pushing the limits there. Nice work, Guy. All right.
Well, we're all
Who's excited? Is anybody else out there as excited for this pose as I am? Because I didn't think I'd be happier with something we were doing than I was before. But this is really intense. I dig it so much. Alex?
I've been behind the scenes, so no one's been seeing my face. But I've just been like, what is next? What's happening? What's happening?
You got it.
I've been watching Alex's eyes bug out of his head for the past 2-3 minutes or so. It's been great.
Yeah, I've been like, this is going to be amazing.
Did I get it?
People in the comments are freaking out. By the way, they're freaking out. They love it.
Of splooch.
Yep.
Dude,
that is just the coolest thing. Yeah,
How do we feel about the year?
How do we feel about this leg?
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I'm fine with it.
Okay, I didn't know if you were.
We don't need to go too extreme with it. You can play with it if you want to, but I don't see a need. I think it looked better. I think it looked great the way that it was. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think if I was going to do anything, I might move I might elevate that arm just a little bit more, just raise it just a touch more. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. All right. Dang, done. Okay, there it is.
I'm going to step away.
No more posing ever again.
And only 3 minutes behind schedule. Wow. Okay, step away, Guy. Let's get our final shot here, and then we can call that a day. Oh, I'm so happy.
We used the splooch.
I don't know if or when I will ever show up at the Sideshow multimedia studio anytime in the near future. When I do, I'd be really, really happy to see that still sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Honestly, yeah. Like I said, a lot of people in the comments are like, awesome pose of the year, hashtag pose of the year. This is,
cool.
You guys took it to the limit.
What I'm liking about it, Terry, and I do want to kind of turn him a bit, is this is really some time by utilizing the Doc Ock legs as kind of an additional support. It didn't have to fully lock in and really clamp
yes
in that cinch.
Okay.
That it's able to, as you can see, the back is not resting on the little flat peg there, that he's able to do quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a nice touch, because if anything you can do to avoid actually doing any harm to that suit, then yeah, you should by all means do. Look at that. There we go.
In action.
Well, now I'm really jazzed about playing the game. So I think that once we get off the phone here, off the show here, I'm just going to have to go ahead and start actively hunting.
I will be back on the phone with my trainers.
Yeah.
Learning how to eventually get to this particular suit.
Okay.
Well, Terry,
all right. Well,
I think
that's just about it, ladies and gentlemen, for this episode of Unsealed and Revealed. Remember that if you chime in the same time, same place on Tuesday of next week, you'll get to see Guy and I and whoever happens to be our moderator of the day, working with the Sideshow General Grievous 6-scale figure, which I can't talk to you enough about how excited that I am for that. So yeah, 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time on this coming Tuesday, we'll be doing that. And we'll also be going back to our regularly scheduled round of competitions, singular, plural, whichever the powers that be happen to drop on into our lap on that day. As always, thanks to every one of you who managed to tune in for this extra episode of Unsealed and Revealed. And until next time, don't forget to let your geek side show.
Thanks,
See
everybody.
everybody later.
Great day.
Thank you so much.